A data engineering team is working on maintaining a one-year data retention policy. They have identified an S3 bucket with versioning enabled that currently holds millions of objects older than 3 years. The engineer applied an S3 Lifecycle rule to expire objects after 365 days. However, the bucket's object count actually increased rather than decreasing. What is the correct procedure to ensure that objects older than 365 days are permanently removed?
Let's review the options. Option A, disable versioning functionality for the S3 bucket. Option B, develop and deploy an AWS Lambda function that uses Python to locate and purge objects older than 365 days. Option C, change the bucket configuration to suspend versioning. Option D, configure an additional S3 lifecycle rule specifically to manage the expiration of non-current versions after 365 days.
This scenario focuses on how Amazon S3 manages storage and versioning. When you enable versioning, S3 keeps every iteration of an object. Understanding the distinction between current and non-current versions is critical. Lifecycle rules provide automated ways to expire data, but their behavior is impacted when multiple versions of an object exist. Consider how S3 handles objects after they are superseded by a newer version, or if a delete marker is placed on them.
In my view, the correct answer is option D. Configure an additional S3 lifecycle rule specifically to manage the expiration of non-current versions after 365 days. When versioning is active, standard lifecycle expiration actions do not actually delete object versions. Instead, they place a delete marker on the current version. This effectively turns the previous version into a non-current version, which is exactly why the object count appears to increase or stay high despite the rules. Options A and C are incorrect because simply disabling or suspending versioning does not retroactively delete existing non-current versions. Option B is technically possible, but it is highly inefficient and requires unnecessary custom code. Always prioritize native S3 lifecycle policy features over writing custom scripts, as they are fully managed and perform better at scale. If you are ever dealing with versioning in S3, always check your lifecycle settings for both current and non-current objects.